Record.
We're recording.
Hi, Andrew.
Hi, Scott.
Let me just play this real quick.
It's the bullshit.
It's the bowl chat, in case you couldn't understand what the singer said there.
Yeah.
And that was from Boom Clap, right?
That's Boom Clap Charlie XCX from the Fault in Our Stars soundtrack.
Okay, that's a lot of information, Andrew.
The Fault in Our Stars is one of the books that I cried while reading. And I cried while watching that movie. Like all 3 times I've seen it.
I cry from movies. I cry from books. I cry from life.
Oh, wow.
I'm a.
We can address the last one later.
Yeah.
Maybe with more professional help.
Yeah, anyway, so welcome to Bowl Chat. This is the sister podcast to Serial Killers. If you're here for Serial, please come back Monday.
Or just go listen to a past Monday episode. It's really... Or the 180 plus episodes that we have.
But they might be caught
Serial.
up. They might be caught up and just looking for Serial today. But no Serial here.
Yet. Maybe I'll have a bowl. I don't know. I didn't have breakfast.
Are you hungry?
It's iffy.
See, I've been on the Slim Fast thing for the last week and a half, so I'm not eating right now.
It's fun because we can be live with this one because this one's recorded to date. It's getting pushed out tomorrow, so we can talk about your Slim Fast journey.
No, it's being pushed out today.
Okay, yeah, it's been pushed out today.
Yeah, so you're listening to this today.
Yeah, whatever.
Anyway, so every, 5 to 7 to 10 years,
yeah,
I'll go on a Slim Fast bender for a week or two.
Mm-hmm.
Because since you fat shamed me with these envelopes that you left here.
It's not fat shaming.
Oh, well,
it's
anyway.
comedy.
Okay. Well, in any event, every time I get over 200 pounds and get back in the club, I don't like it.
Uh-huh.
My man boobs start coming out. I 1 or 2 weeks left of summer, and I have to turn the dad bod back into the beach bod, which is just a dad bod, but not so chunky.
Well, what's interesting is you're doing it at the end of the summer into the hibernation season.
Right, because we're going to be at the beach this weekend. All next week, we're going away.
Well, what's going to happen is I feel like you're losing it to put yourself on a base coming back.
I'm okay with it.
Okay.
I'm okay
as long
with
as
it.
you're fine with that.
I just don't want to have the man boobs in the pictures.
I got it. I got you.
Plus, I don't know. Plus, maybe I'll get down to 190 and I can open the lose weight envelope that you made for me.
I forgot what I gave you in that one.
Food, I'm sure.
Probably.
Yeah. So, but no, it works. So I've lost a pound a day so far. So
That's great.
I'm down to 196 or 195
That's
this
great.
morning.
Look at you.
So that's good. And it makes me feel good. And I've gone bike. My legs are I couldn't walk down the hall before because my legs are killing me from bike riding. I've been bike riding the last couple of days.
Yeah.
We rode to the beach a couple of days ago, Ashley and I. And that's 15 miles or 10 miles each way or something like that.
You.
It's a lot. I mean, that's a bike-a-thon right there.
That is.
So.
Damn.
But I like it. That's one exercise that I actually really like to do. I like bike riding.
I've said it before. Bike riding is not for me. It's not for my crotch. It's not a good time for me, period.
You got to get a good seat.
I just don't think I've ever had I've had a comfortable bike, but it's like a beach cruiser. You can't take a beach cruiser for 15 miles.
Beach cruisers are tough because there's no gears. The bike that I'm currently using, which I won from this radio station, which was spectacular last summer, it's a Priority is the brand. And it's an awesome bike, but it's also a cruiser technically, so there's only 3 gears. But it's enough for the hills that I go on.
Yeah. Once I have to start shifting, it's not fun for me. I don't like shifting. I don't understand the concept of shifting. I always do it in reverse, where I'm kind of going up and down, and I don't understand. And then I'm just pedaling, and I'm like, is this over?
Yeah, you're like my kids. They're trying to change gears, and they do it all too fast, and the chain falls off.
Yeah.
So I'm in front of them listening, and I hear, and then the chain comes off.
That's me.
And they start rolling back down the hill.
Running, walking, you got me. I can walk 4 miles. I'm known for doing that to people, and I feel bad about it, but I can walk legit for 10 miles at a time. I have no problem. I don't need to stop. I'm like a machine when it comes to walking. Running, I can do up to 6 miles.
Oh.
I have no problem with it. Just biking, I don't know. It's the different use of the muscles. It's not for me. It's not great.
I got it. I like to jog, but I like to jog on the beach, which is weird because normally when you jog on the beach, or when I do anyway, it's kind of a little bit...
It's uneven.
Not level. Yeah. So your left foot is going a little bit lower than the right when you're running down the beach and reverse coming back. So you kind of have to, adjust for that.
Watch out for your IT bands, because that's what happened to me. When I did the Miami half marathon 3 years ago now, what wound up happening was I had IT band issues, didn't work on them. So then I got to the marathon.
Wait, what is an IT band?
It's well, I guess I can't really show you. Maybe I can.
I thought
right here on your knee.
Oh, okay.
There's it's almost like sticky tape. And the tape, it's loose. It should be loose. But then what winds up happening is when you
Are you talking about cartilage?
I don't know what I'm talking about. but it's almost like tape. And
Inside your leg?
Yeah.
Stop. I don't want to hear it.
Well, it winds up
I'm getting
sticking.
sick.
It winds up sticking.
Mine clicks.
Yeah, it's clicking is fine, but like if you get intense pain on the side, that's an IT band issue.
I'm going to need a knee replacement by 50.
I had that. It was the worst pain the last 5 miles of the Miami half marathon. I looked like, you probably never saw it, The Dark Knight when the Joker blows up the hospital and is like hobbling off. That was me. I hobbled for 5 miles. I did. I was like, should I quit? Because my knees are in so much pain. Nope, kept going. I finished.
What I thought you were talking about is like something you put on your arm that Raj in the IT department would give you.
What?
You know, like a band, an IT band that would like get your heart rate and stuff like that.
No.
I didn't know that it was
talking about the
I've never
literal-
heard of that before.
Yeah, IT band issues are very common for people who
Does
run.
IT stand for something?
Into the division.
Okay.
Done.
All right.
Yeah, you could Google it.
Okay. So here we are 6 minutes in. We've talked about nothing. So
running.
What do you got?
IT band issues.
Yeah.
You like to bike. I hate to bike. I like to walk. You can walk. You like to jog on the beach.
I do.
And
With
then I
my
said,
old
watch
iPod.
out.
With my old iPod.
You do it without any of the service. Well, I guess, yeah, because it's an iPod.
No, I like to use, I have an iPod from, I don't know, the early 2000s or mid 2000s, and it's not really updatable anymore because you can't plug it in really to anything. So all the music just kind of stops at like 2005.
Yeah.
But I have hundreds and hundreds of songs in there, and I love them all. And I don't know. For some reason, I can't get my iTunes on my phone to sync to my old one. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
I don't know where it lives. It was on my old PC, which is gone. Mm-hmm. So that music only lives in that iPod, the click wheel iPod. So I can't get
you
it.
still have a click wheel too.
I can't get any of it on my phone. It's not really a click wheel. It's the newer of the ones with the wheels.
Got it.
Whatever, man.
It's not the one with the buttons around it.
No, I have that one too. The white one, the original white one. I have that for nostalgia, but I don't use that one anymore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have an iPod mini that, well, what's funny is if you ever go out to one of these reality shows, you can't bring a phone, so you have to preload everything. Yep. So I would think, what would I put on an iPod that, like, what would be my favorite songs that I'd be like, oh, I have to listen to this?
Like Eye of the Tiger.
Nah.
Well, that's Survivor.
I don't know. I would pick, like, maybe, I don't know, I'd go for more beachy, like, amp up music, 'cause I'm sure you have to work out or prepare in some way, right?
I guess.
I mean, on Supermarket Sweep, would you have to prepare?
Let me tell you, Supermarket Sweep, I don't like the wheels on those carts. Wait.
Do you think they're sabotaging the carts?
I do. Because, like, go to IKEA. When's the last time you were in IKEA?
It's been a minute.
Okay. Take an IKEA cart. All 4 wheels rotate. A normal supermarket cart, only the front ones rotate. And the back ones stay straight. When all 4 wheels rotate, it's much harder to control the cart. Especially when you're running, because the thing slides all over the place.
So you think they're sabotaging the carts on purpose?
I do. Yes. It takes longer, and the whole thing on that show is time.
Okay.
Because when you're running like hell with a cart, when all 4 wheels turn, it's very hard to control.
Let me ask you something.
Yes.
And maybe this could be a life hack.
Yes.
When it comes to Supermarket Sweep.
Okay.
You're with a partner, right?
Yes.
And you're running through the supermarket?
Yes.
Could your partner just pick up one end and you pick up the other end and you just run with it?
No, because it's one at a time. It's like a tag team kind of thing. You can't.
Because I was going to say, if you're both together, just pick up the cart and run.
Pick up the cart.
Yeah.
It's heavy.
It's not that heavy.
And then you have to load it with heavy things.
Well, again, as you load it up.
And
but then
run.
as you load it up, the thing is, I feel like it gets less wobbly.
No, it could spin in if you go like this and twist, it'll spin in a 360. And it's come on, man. It's very hard. If you go to IKEA and have it loaded with heavy stuff and you try to take a turn, you slam into people.
Wow.
And things.
I hope they don't do IKEA Supermarket Sweep.
Yeah, that would be rough.
I bet you they do in like Holland, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where it's from. So I'm sure they're like, Fliegenflorgen IKEA. And that's my guess for what Supermarket Sweep IKEA would be called.
Okay. I mean, it wouldn't be called Supermarket Sweep. It would be called...
Fliegenflorgen. That's what I keep saying.
Fliegenflorgen or Furniture Store Sweep.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
But they do have food there. I got some cereal there, you know.
Yes, you
We
did.
have another box from them coming up soon on Serial Killers.
Oh, boy.
In a few Mondays from now.
I'm really excited for the ones that I got from this road trip that have been sitting there for a month now.
That will be a week from this coming Monday.
Yeah. One of them came in like a milk box.
Milk. Like an old school carton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I really want to try that one.
Actually, it's not old school. The cartons are still like that, but you'd be hard pressed to find a milk carton that you still open the old school way when you have to spread it and push it. Now they all have caps.
Worst. I hated that. I was never good at it.
You know what? 9 times out of 10, it would open pretty okay, but you'd get that one that just had too much sticky stuff on it, and it couldn't. And you jamming a fork in there, and the milk goes everywhere.
Yes.
Yeah, and
Never a good
all
time.
cartons used to be like that. Orange juice, fruit punch, lemonade, they all came like that.
Tropicana, I remember vividly opening up the cartons.
My favorite cartons, and this
You
was
have
like
favorite cartons? I'm sorry.
Well,
Pause.
no. No, because I'm going back to my high school days where we went to the 24-hour bagel store, Bagel Boss, in Hicksville, which sounds weird. People that aren't from Long Island are like, Hicksville? You just think of it as like a little country place with all grass and a bunch of hicks. It's not. It's a very, it's suburbia, but it's a very urban suburbia, if that makes sense, with a big train station. Anyway, so the Bagel Boss in Hicksville was open 24 hours. So after we'd go out, hanging out on a high school Friday or Saturday night, we'd go to Bagel Boss. And it was always for me an egg bagel with butter and Hershey's chocolate milk that used to come in the container. Not even Quick, because I know Quick did too.
Mm-hmm.
But it was that dark brown Hershey's container, and you had to do the open thing. And that's memories right there.
I love Nesquik. Nesquik is my favorite.
See, and back then it was Nestle Quick. I don't know why they changed it to Nesquik. I know it's still Nestle's that makes it, but they got lazy and maybe they were, charged by the letter and had to take a few out.
Yeah, maybe. Or they were just like, what is the Nestle really doing? People know it's a Nesquik because they had the bunny.
Yes.
And it wasn't his name like Nestor?
I don't know what his name is. No, it was definitely not Nestor, but I'm not sure what his name was. Or is. He's still alive. I mean, he's still hanging in there.
I hope
He uses a cane to walk now, but he's still around.
A tragic death story to the bunny on the Nesquik bottles.
Yeah. Oh, we talked about the Nestle Quick powder before in the tin cans with the lids, and we've been
and
there.
Ovaltine.
Sure.
Yeah.
I actually just found an old jar of Ovaltine from the 90s that was signed by Kenny Bania from Seinfeld.
No, I'm not going to ask any questions.
What? It was from the Seinfeld party we did at the radio station.
You did a Seinfeld party?
The finale party.
Oh, that's so exciting.
We did it at, was it Caroline's? It might have been Caroline's. It was something like that. It was a comedy place. And I was in charge of going around to get all the artifacts to leave around. So I had to go to Kenny Rogers Roasters and get a bunch of empty chicken containers and Ovaltines that we had all over the place and marble ryes and whatever was significant on the show. I had to go out and find and place all around this place so people would come and go, ooh, and that's pretty much it.
I love that. I feel like there really hasn't been what's a comparable TV event now that like everybody talks about outside of the Super Bowl?
Nothing. Like TV shows that are on network TV, nothing.
Yeah.
It was the big MASH finale in the 70s or early 80s or whatever that was. And Seinfeld, and probably Friends also. But other than that.
Listen, what show gets over 50 million viewers for finale? Survivor was one. But other than that, I feel like it
Nothing
ended.
anymore because there's so many ways to get content now that there are not that many people that are watching network television anymore. I mean, I like to because I like to watch the local news, but...
Same, CBS 2 News. Oh, love that one.
No, sorry. Channel 7, ABC, Eyewitness News.
I'm a CBS 2 News person.
That's fine.
5 o'clock, and then 6 o'clock with the girl.
The girl.
The woman.
Okay, I'm 6:30 David Muir, World News Tonight.
Oh, see, I'm a 6:30 Nora O'Donnell.
All right.
I love Nora O'Donnell. CBS 2 News, that's my jam.
That's fine. Well,
I actually make it a point to tune into it, and I feel old. Like, I feel like I've reached... like my parents' age now, where I like make sure I'm all settled in to watch the 6:30 news. I love it.
I do too. I mean, if you really want to feel old, subscribe to the newspaper. I still get the newspaper on Thursdays and Sundays only, and that's supermarket related. Otherwise, well, no. I mean, I still read the newspaper every day here at work because we get it here. It's a habit, and it's something I've done my entire life. Does it make me old? Sure, fine, whatever. I'm not old. I'm in my 40s, but it's just being in radio for 30 years more in mornings, I've always read the newspaper. So it's just something I do.
Okay, this is going to be like a swerve.
Yeah.
So don't mind it.
That's okay.
When was the last time you were called for jury duty? Because I haven't spoken about my jury duty experience, and I feel this is the perfect outlet to do so.
I'm going to pass on this subject. You may go on.
It was terrible.
I'm sure it was.
It was virtual. I hated it. The judge was so mean to me when I was called. There were so many old people there who didn't know how to use Zoom. It was awful. From the moment it started, I was like, this is a train wreck waiting to happen. There was one woman who never turned her mic off, and she would just keep being like, have I been called yet? No, you haven't been called yet. all right, we're going to put you in the breakout rooms. Am I in the breakout room now? No, you're not in the breakout room now. Then there was at one point this old man whose mic was just dead. And so he was just like, and the woman on the other end is like, sir, what? And he's like, and it was just terrible. And then I get called into the jury thing, the one-on-one.
Yeah.
And normally when it's in person, you can it's easy. They just ask you, hey, do you have like a job? Yes, you're done. This one, the judge starts grilling me on like, well, what do you do for a living? I'm like, well, I work in the media, because that's what one of the questions is. He's like, well, is it going to make you biased? And now I'm thinking he's a judge. I can't lie to a judge. So I'm like, no, I don't think it would. All right, next question.
Yes, it would.
That's what I said. He's like, well, what kind of show do you work for? I'm like, it's a top 40 news show, which, the morning show it's a top 40.
You should have
There's
told
some
him.
news.
You should have told him it was a serial show, and then they would have thrown you right off.
Why?
I don't know.
Listen, this man, every single time I thought I was going to get off, he like had another brain buster to be like, hey, you think you're going to get off, but you're not. He was like committed to getting me on the jury.
Or did you wind up getting out of it?
Well, the worst part was he asked me one question that was very open-ended, so I gave him a very open-ended answer. Like, I could be a jerk back too. And so then, like, he goes, oh, okay, 1 second. He shuts it off, so I can't hear what they're debating, but I could tell he was pissed at me. And he turns it back on and he goes, well, you're going to be dismissed from this particular case, but let it be known you'll get called back by the end of the week. Guess who didn't get called back? So F you.
Good for you.
Actually, I shouldn't say F you to the judge. He's very nice. I'm so sorry.
You're saying it to me. It's fine.
Yes, that's what I meant.
Yeah. But I've never actually been on a jury ever, which is cool.
You've never been called for jury duty?
I've never been on a jury.
But you've been
I've
called
always
for
got
jury
dismissed.
duty.
I've always got dismissed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never actually sat on a jury on a case.
Oh, same.
Ever. Yeah.
No, it's like my mission to not. I don't want to be called.
I'm pretty sure it's most people's mission, unless they're bored and want the $5 and the bologna sandwich. I don't know.
I didn't want any of that at all. And like, I don't know why he was so committed to getting me there, because literally the minute they put me on the stand to like interview one-on-one, because then you had to go in person, I would just be like, why am I here? I want to go home.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and back to the old person thing, just so you know, in 30, 40 years from now, we're going to be old people, and there's going to be technology that we don't get. Like, our kids are going to say, Dad, will you just teleport us to the mall? And we'll be like, I can't do it. It's not working in my brain.
Listen, there's already a couple things that I struggle with. For example, making TikToks. I don't get how to make a TikTok. I'm just going to be open about it. I can't do it. So that's one thing.
You have to learn. That is something that we should do. I don't think you ever got the account either.
I think you should put your kids on it. They know how to do it.
They do, but
Bring home cereals for them and then have them mix them up.
Yeah, but you and I need to be a part of it somehow.
Yeah. I would say let's consult your kids. They're like, they know what they're doing.
Well,
I don't.
Well, then, I brought it home, but I didn't let her open it yet because the Snoop slime thing that Cooper does, I bought the Lucky Charms one, but I didn't give it to her yet. So maybe I'll have her make a TikTok with the Lucky Charms one, and we'll post it as the very first thing on our Serial Killers PC TikTok
love
account.
that. Good
Okay,
idea.
We'll do that. I'll let Cooper and Ashley be in charge of the Serial Killers PC TikTok account.
I love it. And then I'm thinking we'll just do like cereal crushing. Like, hey, you get to pick one out of the wall, and then you bring it home, and then they crush it. I think that'd be a good
I don't
idea.
know if it's a good idea to have them crush cereal in my house.
Well, I'm just saying, I think that's a good
I mean,
idea.
maybe I can get them a section outside, and I'll get them a rolling pin.
Good idea.
And a cutting board.
I love that.
I don't know what will we do with the crushed cereal.
Just throw it out.
So that's just for like ASMR. It's just like crushing cereal. People like the sound. It's satisfying.
Yeah, and they also like to see what it looks like. Like, what would the Together cereal look like with like almond honey nut crunch? Like, that would be a fun little like, here they are mixed, and then they roll it, and then it's like, here's your cereal.
I think we might be onto something. We had mentioned this a few months ago, but I think we should do that. We should get
Put
a board.
your kids in charge.
We should get a board and a rolling pin.
Yeah.
And let them crush cereals.
I'm into
and
it.
That'll be our TikTok channel.
Great.
Is it a channel?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think. Again, I feel old, but back to jury duty.
But
I've
that's
been
the
called
thing.
every 3 years, by the way.
Okay.
Every 3 years I get called. I'm the only person I know that's been called every 3 years consecutively.
Yeah. Well, that's okay.
I was called at 18, 21, 24, 27, and now at 30. That's 5 times.
See, a few times I was lucky because I would get the letter in the mail and I would have like just moved. So I would get one from New Jersey on Long Island, and I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry, Hudson County. I don't live there anymore. So I was able to get out a few times that way. But otherwise, normally when they ask you what you do, you're out. They don't like people in the media on a jury because they think that you're going to, do stuff.
I mean, I even knew like the captain of the police department that was next to where this one is being tried. And he's like, I'm 30. Do you really want me on a jury that bad?
You're 30? Wow, you're old, man.
I am.
You're so old.
I am. Well, at least, you have the AARP benefits. You'll get those for me.
Not yet, but I'm looking forward to it, Andrew.
Listen.
Because it keeps getting younger and younger. Now I think you only have to be 50.
Yeah, it's 50.
It is 50.
Yeah.
But AARP stands for something retired people. You don't retire at 50. You can't even retire until you're like 75 now.
That's even if you can retire. That's my favorite thing is when people are like, well, if you just work hard. Listen, it's different. Houses used to cost like a nickel back then.
It is different. 50 years ago, you'd have a big retirement party when you're 62.
Yes.
That'd be a whole thing, and you would enjoy the next 40 years of your life, or 30, whatever. And now it's like you're working until you're 80 if you can.
And then
if you can't, you're out in the street.
Yes, and then it's like, make time for yourself, though. Well, if I make time for myself, then I actually can't work, which means that I'm not making money. So there's really no work-life balance anymore. Cars used to cost a nickel, a house used to cost a dime, and that now it's like, why aren't people buying houses? I don't know, because there was apparently a boom of old people buying houses for nickels back then.
Yeah, and everyone's like, oh, well, you live off your pension. I'm like, my pension? I figured out what my pension's going to be, and it ain't. I don't know if I could eat for the week on my pension.
What about the Social Security?
Everyone keeps saying that by the time we are to collect it, it'll be gone.
Where's it going?
It's all getting used up now.
For what?
For people now. And there's not enough going back into it. That's the problem. They've been saying that for years.
So what am I doing?
Like by the time I'm 70, it's going to be gone, apparently.
Which means that I'm not even going to get it. And I'll be...
I mean, they'll have some new system, I'm sure, but I don't know. Social Security is not the way that it once was. The way it was designed is just not working that way anymore. So, I don't know.
It's like a honeypot that people can take from.
Yeah, and the later in life you take it, apparently the more you get. So you have to wait. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't
when
know.
do you wait? Do you wait until you're like 80 and then like,
I
retired?
There's different tiers. I think there's like, 60 whatever, and then there's 70 something, and then there's late 70s. And it's like, if you wait till you're 80, you'll get more. You'll be dead in a year, but we only have to pay you for 12 months.
Enjoy.
Yeah. Here, get some wheelchair grease with what we're going to pay you.
I feel like you will always be the person, though, that does something. Like, I can't see you ever just, like, sitting home doing nothing. Like, I could see you doing cash register for, like, a day or two a week or volunteering at a hospital, something, like, fun. And
I'm going to be that guy on Long Island. Or no, he was in Jersey somewhere. There's a Stop and Shop in New Jersey where there's this old, like, World War II veteran that was bagging groceries until he was 100 or 99 or something like that.
Wow.
They just brought him back for this big celebration because he just turned 100.
Aww.
So they brought him back. He had to stop because of COVID and he got sick, whatever. But they just had the celebration, 100 years old. They brought him in a wheelchair. He was so happy. But, I mean, he was bagging groceries till he was 98 or 99. So if I live that long, it'll be something supermarket related.
Yeah,
Sure,
I could
why
see
not?
you there. Like, you'll be the nice guy where it's like, oh, hey, how are you?
Shut up, old man. That's what I'll get.
Well, by then, I'm sure they'll have, like, robots bagging. So it'll be like, back in my day, these things didn't exist.
Yeah. Well, we're getting one of those Amazon Fresh stores by my house.
Oh, yeah? You're one of, like, only, only 5 stores?
There's only a few of them in the country.
Yeah.
And it's taking them a very long time to build. I mean, I guess they're still waiting on supplies and stuff like that because COVID. But I'm excited. I'm not going to be a regular shopper there, but I'm excited to see what it's all about.
Yeah, I mean, it's a cool concept. Like, I did the one in Seattle. It's cool, but the store wasn't big enough, I think.
This one's big.
Oh, it's going to be like an actual supermarket
This one took
size.
over another supermarket that was there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's going to be a big one. I'm sure there's going to be glitches and problems and charges that you didn't whatever. And it's going to whatever. I don't know how many people are going to be working there. They got to have people to stock the shelves, obviously. But
True.
I guess they just don't need the cashiers. But I'm sure there will be plenty of people just standing there watching and making sure things are working right. So it's kind of like I don't know how many jobs they actually are saving, but who knows? We'll see.
Yeah, plus, wouldn't you want someone to bag your groceries, too?
I don't.
Oh,
That's me.
I do.
That's me. I don't because
You're very particular.
I'm very particular.
We've discussed this in a past episode.
Yeah, I don't think I'm being a jerk.
No.
And I'm trying to teach my kids when they go shopping with me, at the very least, you want cold things with cold things. Frozen should all go together, then dairy and cold, then produce. I mean, you don't put strawberries in with a ham. You know what I mean? Because it's going to crush. I'm just saying.
Do you buy a lot of hams and strawberries at the same time?
I was just trying to get something smushy and heavy in my head. So that was smushy and heavy. In the morning. Used to be a morning show.
What?
Smushy and heavy in the morning?
No.
No.
I was going to say that does. If we ever get a morning show out of this, that's what we could be called.
Who's going to be who, Andrew?
I think I'd be heavy, you'd be smushy.
Well, that's very nice of you.
You seem like you'd be smushy in the morning.
I guess. Yeah.
I could see it.
Okay.
Do you have any wacky radio jingles that we could play? Oh, we do all the sound effects, like boing.
I mean, there's all the old school Z100 ones that are in there somewhere. Like,
I want you to find them so bad.
Scary plays them every once in a while. There's that really, really wacky, zany old one.
Please find it.
That Scary plays from the 80s. It's like the Z Zoo in the Nut Hut. That because it used to be called the Nut Hut.
The Nut Hut?
Well, yeah. The morning show was called the Z Morning Zoo. Oh, here it is. Here, listen to this.
The zoo crew from the Nut Hut. All yours from Z100.
And they had guys in the studio like banging drums.
I can see it.
Yeah, there's a documentary somewhere, or a CNN story or something. Like you can go search on YouTube for like Z100 worst to first in like 1983 or whatever it is, and they show the guys in the studio like banging drums and hitting cymbals and stuff like that. That was the wacky radio shows of the 80s.
Well, when we're smushy and heavy in the morning, we'll bring it back.
Sure. Why not?
Hey, what's up? I'm smushy in the morning.
And
sorry, I'm heavy.
Oh. That wouldn't be very PC, that show, I guess.
What?
Smushy and heavy.
Why?
You can't be heavy.
What if it's just like your voice? Like, what if you talk like this the whole time?
I don't know.
I could see you doing a good heavy voice. Like, do a good heavy voice.
A heavy voice?
Yeah.
I don't have a heavy voice.
Like, what would be, like, imagine, like, you chain smoke Marlboros all day. Like, what would that sound like?
I don't know. Like a cancer voice? I don't know. I'd have to have I'd have to have the voice box thing. Hello. That, you know.
That's my co-host Heavy, everyone. I'm smushy.
I'm heavy.
Once it happens, we'll be on in all the local markets across the country.
We better get on that pretty quick because that's going away fast.
Yeah.
Anyway, what else you got, Andrew? We can go for another 5 or 10 minutes or so.
Well, how long are we at?
Like 26 minutes, 27 minutes.
These keep getting longer and longer. I'm shocked.
I think our record is like 34 minutes.
Yeah, and let me tell you something. On the YouTube, people were saying like, oh my God, I love 30-minute episodes. What did I do to deserve it?
Well, people are actually saying, where are the episodes on YouTube, Andy?
Well, they're all there.
No, there's a few missing, but it's okay.
Well,
Things
yeah,
happen.
because there was that one that had the recording issue.
Yeah.
Then there was the one with Danielle that I didn't record.
Right.
And then that led into the bowl chat I didn't record. But otherwise, everything else is there. I got better with it. And I've been doing clips on the Instagram, too. Those are fun.
So, yeah, I do like those. I enjoy.
Thank you.
So we're off next week.
Yeah.
Are you going anywhere?
I'm going to Kentucky this Friday.
Ooh. Is there a derby?
No.
Is there some chicken?
There actually is. I saw it. It's close to where my friends live in Kentucky.
The original?
Yes.
Wow.
But KFC, Mr. Colonel was not a good man. Was not a good man.
That's what I hear. Colonel Sanders?
Was not good. It's like the people in Kentucky, specifically that area, know that he was like a giant creep.
Do you know who used to work for him?
Who?
This will blow your mind.
Who?
Dave Thomas.
Wendy's?
Yeah.
Are you proud that I knew it was Wendy's? Because I knew you were
It took
preparing.
you a second, but yes.
You're preparing for it.
I actually have a letter from Dave. I wrote to Dave Thomas. Like, I told you I was the guy that always wrote to people, and because I loved getting mail, so I wrote to people all over the place. And I wrote to Dave Thomas, and I suggested a Wendy's location for him because it was a great spot. It was a vacant store on a perfect corner where a drive-thru would have been great. And for the record, that spot is still vacant 30 years later or 20 years later, whatever it is. Yes. But he wrote back to me. And he said, thank you very much. Going to pass this along to our real estate team. And I appreciate your love for Wendy's. Dave Thomas.
Did you get a coupon?
No coupon, but he sent it to me on, company letterhead. It was really, really cool.
Did he sign it actually?
He signed. I had it checked at an authenticator. And it was actually Dave Thomas's signature.
Your authenticator?
It was not an auto sign. It was it was not a stamper. It was an actual signature.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dave Thomas signed your letter.
The authenticator was a magnifying glass, but still.
I can't. It probably was his assistant Or one of his assistants.
No, I believe it was truly him.
You know what? For your sake, I'm going to say it really was Dave Thomas.
Maybe it was his daughter Wendy. He had her locked in a back room and said, "You sign all this. Your picture's on the
Poor Wendy.
on the logo."
I did this for you. Wait. Not Dave Thomas. The Colonel. Okay, apparently this is the story. He had a hotel
Yeah.
in Kentucky. He was like, let's just say, not doing so many great things with people in the hotel. And it was like a known thing that he was like a weird, gross perv.
Really?
Yes.
Huh.
Yeah. And so, like, the people in Kentucky kind of like want to forget about him
Right.
because of how gross he is. But meanwhile, everywhere else in the country, it's like, Kentucky! They have the fried chicken!
And all the commercials have all like new different kernels on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. So he's not a great guy. If you look up Colonel Sanders and then I guess maybe like creep, I'm sure maybe you'll get the full story.
And why is it spelled Colonel? That always drove me crazy.
Yeah. Why is it spelled like that?
I don't know. It should be Kernel, just like the
Popcorn.
baseball team in Cedar Rapids.
There it is.
What?
The Iowa reference. Everyone,
Yeah.
we got it in.
Go Colonels.
Wait, is that serious?
Yeah. Yeah, I went to their minor league team, I believe. I went to a game when I lived there for 11 months.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Surprised you didn't just round it up to a year again.
No, because it wasn't a year. I'm not going to say it was a year when it wasn't.
Yeah. Wow, you really did a lot during your time there. You were a Netflix miniseries waiting to happen.
I was. Too bad no one followed me with cameras.
It was a different time. I'm sure if you went back to Cedar Rapids now, you'd get like a whole documentary crew with you.
Okay.
Filmed really edgy, talk about your life.
That would have been kind of cool, though. It was interesting. I mean, I've told the story, but I went there for radio, and radio didn't work out because the radio stations never went on the air.
Ooh, this is now sounding like a gritty A24 drama. You'd win a Best Actor Oscar. I could see it now.
In a nutshell, I worked for a radio station.
I would say in a corn husk.
Very good, Andrew.
Thank you.
Look at you.
I tried.
I was working for a radio
That's
station.
me, Scrunchy. Oh, sorry. What was my name again? Squishy.
Hefty? I don't know. Squishy. I was working for a radio station on Long Island. The guy that I was working for there bought 2 radio stations in Cedar Rapids. Actually, they were licensed to Waterloo, which was just outside. And the radio stations got challenged in court. And we were all out there waiting for these stations to go on the air, these bunch of New York people. And they never went on the air because someone challenged them in court for whatever reason. So it was just kind of abandoned. And here we are, these like 4 or 5 people from New York, and we're out in Iowa. One of the guys started working at a shoe store, Yonkers, which was a department store there. Another guy wound up being a salesperson for something. And I wanted to work in radio. So I went to the other radio stations in town and like, sorry, New Yorker, we know you're here to take over. We're not hiring your kind, And I was like, okay.
Rude.
So that's when I started working at Western Union. And I worked at Western Union for probably six or 7 months. And I was like, this is not what I want to do. As much as I loved all the people that I worked with, I still keep in touch with some of them. And that's it. I came home and I applied here and I got a job here in 1995, and I've been here ever since. But that's my Iowa story. But I loved it there. I really did. It was different. Everybody that grows up in like city life should experience small town, even though Cedar Rapids is a large city. If coming from New York, it's a small city.
Yeah.
So everybody should experience other places in the country at least one point in their life.
I agree.
Skeery's never been out of the big city. He's always lived here. This was his first job.
I lived in Miami for a year and a half when I went to school there.
At least that's a change of scenery.
Yeah.
Miami's also a massive city.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
It's different.
To go someplace where there's corn and farmland and that's why it was so cool to see that Field of Dreams game a couple of weeks ago. The Yankees and whoever the hell they play with, who'd they play? White Sox. The White Sox. Because I had gone by that field a bunch of times in Dyersville because I wasn't terribly far from there. But I don't know. It's cool to see the rest of the country and see that other things exist other than where you live. That's all.
Who's playing you in the A24 movie Cedar Rapids?
It's probably going to be the guy from Color Me Bad,
What?
the lead singer.
Who's that?
Well, I don't know his name, but everyone always told me that I look like the guy from
I
Color
gotta
Me
Google
Bad.
this. I'm sorry.
pretty sure that he's now also hefty.
Oh, boy.
He
Color Me
put on a
Bad.
ton of weight. Just put lead singer. And in the 90s,
wow.
everybody always said that I looked just like him. There was actually one time when I was in the street in Manhattan, and somebody stopped and looked at me like, oh, is that? And I went, oh, TikTok, you don't stop. And they were like, oh my God. And I walked
That's
away.
him.
Yeah. Oh my God, but that's now him on the right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he.
Wow, you do actually look like him a little bit. Maybe this is his comeback story. Oh my God!
Wait, I look like, which one do I look like? The one on the right or the left?
The left. This
Okay,
one.
Not the one with the walker?
Yeah.
Okay.
But maybe what happens is he loses all the weight to play you in the movie, and then he actually wins the Best Actor Oscar. You get screenplay credit, but you also win too.
Do I get to come up on stage at least? Or
Oh,
I'm
can see
just
it.
in the audience like this?
No. You get to come up on stage. We just have to find a good screenwriter for you.
Okay. And
where
who
you
would-
could tell your story.
Who would play you in the Andrew story?
I don't know. Probably someone lame. Jason Biggs. I get him all the time. I get who's the one that from Boy Meets World? I get him all the time.
Oh, yeah, Savage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. His
Not
brother.
Fred, but the brother.
Yeah.
Right?
Ben?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get him all the time.
Is it just because of the curly hair?
I think we look kind of similar.
Okay.
I looked like him as a child. I also look like the lead singer of Vampire Weekend.
Huh.
Hold on.
Okay.
Because I do. I actually do. With sunglasses on, sometimes, yeah, we do look very similar. I would say anyway. Hold, please.
Okay.
I think this one's decent. No, he has wavy hair in that picture.
By the way, just in case you don't know who Color Me Bad is, it's this song.
TikTok, you don't stop. To the TikTok, you don't stop.
I wanna sex you up.
I know
You
that
remember
one.
that song?
Yeah. I
They-
get this guy a lot.
He looks like Joey McIntyre.
Yeah. That's Ezra Koenig. I don't know. But yeah, I get him.
Do you remember this one? 88.5 WPOE, Scotty B here in the basement of the high school. His all for love.
I'm so jaded by
I do that all the time with current songs too.
Yeah, so do I. I mean, because that intro actually exists somewhere on a tape, on a cassette tape, because that song was huge when I was in high school radio.
I need to hear it.
Yeah, well, I just pretty much did it for you.
Oh, I love
Although
it.
that's not exactly what it sounded
Can you
like.
do it in your
Hold on.
prepubescent?
88.5 WPOB, Scotty B here. I'm gonna go get some coffee in the basement of the high school. This is Color Me Bad.
I'm so jaded by the
That's before I took the elocution lessons.
You actually took elocution
I
lessons?
did. Before I moved to Iowa, people that were in radio said, you can't go there with that accent because they don't want to hear that there. You know, because when I was in my teens, that's how I talked.
Yeah.
That's how I talked because I was from Long Island and I talked like that. I would get coffee in the morning with my orange juice. That's how I talked.
Did you actually really talk like that?
Yeah, you can. There are recordings of me in the
I need to hear it. I need to
late
hear it.
80s, early 90s talking like that.
Well, my mom was from Staten Island,
Right.
and her accent, like, it's always great to watch old home videos because it's hysterical to hear her, like, talking in the background, like, John, where are we going, John? She's like Marissa Tomei from My Cousin Vinny.
It's so funny. And my brother still has the Long Island accent. It's you know.
He's you without the elocution. Lessons.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, no, I wasn't that thick. His is pretty thick.
Yeah. Certain words I get tripped up on, like water is water. Florida.
Yeah, people say water.
Yeah.
Water. There's no R on it. Water.
I say water. It's like a wah. Most people are like water.
Water.
Yeah, it's
Water.
weird. I don't get that one.
Well, you know, you're supposed to say in the radio business, you know, when you do the call letters, it's W. Because people just say W.
How do you do it like that?
People say W. It's not W. It's actually W. That's the word. Even though it looks like a double V when it's written, it's W. W. That's why when you do commercials for like BMW, you have to. Say,
Oh wow, you really say that well.
Well,
That's
I mean,
like some ASMR stuff right there. Can you say it slower?
W.
Oh wow, Scott.
W.
It's wonderful.
Yeah. Well,
I want to try W.
okay.
Nah, it's not as nice.
Because you're trying too hard. That's the thing. Because normally, how would you would probably say W.
W.
W. Yeah.
But I have to say W.
W. Just think in your mind. W.
W.
W. Yeah.
W.
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 See?
I love it.
Very good.
Wow.
That's great.
Huh. That's
But I
fun.
don't understand why it's a double V.
Yeah.
Unless you write in like bubble letter, then it's a double U if you don't do the points on the bottom.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm into it.
You like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you for that lesson.
No problem.
Wow.
On that note, Andrew. Oh my God, we're almost at 40 minutes.
Wow.
That's
we did it.
insane. Yeah, It's a world record, Andy.
That's heavy and squishy for you.
In the morning.
Thanks for coming to our wacky, zany radio morning show. Tomorrow we'll have tickets to Color Me Bad's reunion tour.
Honk honk.
Only on W.
WW.
Is that our call letters?
Yes, we're WWW. All right. Andrew, you ready to get out of here?
Yeah.
Let me go get the ceremonial bowl. Oh, by the way, check out serialkillerspc.com. There's still a few t-shirts left. Please buy them up.
Yeah.
Because they're limited edition.
Limited edition.
Limited edition.
Also, who knows? Maybe we'll have some news about a potential live episode soon. Who knows?
Maybe. I need to talk to you about that.
All right. We're not going to crush anyone's dreams
No,
on this podcast.
We're not. But until we see you on Monday with Serial Killers.
Yeah.
And follow us, please. Serial Killers PC on all platforms.
Yes.
We'll see you later.
Bye.
Clink.
Clink.
Alrighty. That was
Wow,
fun.
40 minutes.
41 to be exact.
Holy moly.
Yes.
Wow.
Okay, bye.
Bye.